At the outset of my remarks, I would like to welcome the holding of this conference despite the global health constraints around an issue as worrying as cybersecurity and crime in the cyber world. The objective towards which this meeting is oriented are more than never undoubtedly relevant and of great topical importance. Cyber insecurity today is embedded in our daily experiences. Emerging technologies, the technologies have redefined the boundaries, the attributes of power, and generated new form of uncertainty. Unfortunately, as Edgar Morin says, we have to accept uncertainties and live with them. Our lifestyles in the world and our ways of action and interacting in it on a local or global scale are under the functional primary of emerging technologies and are subject to the multi-dimensional and involving the brain. The digital society is a society of hazard, is a society of the risk, you can say the risk society. To use the word of the German sociologist Ulrich Beck, certainly very well known to you. Cyberspace is a new space of, unfortunately, of conflict, a new space for stakes and multiple challenges. Cyber insecurity has not spared Africa. On the contrary, it increases the degree of vulnerability of African countries, which are already fragile, with low resilience in several respects. The danger is immanent in the daily lives of our states and our society with regard to the security and protection of personal data. Our countries are faced with new forms of aggression, which are at the same time economic, sabotage by spyware, for example, political external manipulation of electoral consultation in our continent, international and ideological. Ordinary citizens are not immune to internet and security, just like officials, with the risk of short-circuiting and perversion of public decision and for policies. At the regional level, within the framework of ECOWAS, you know ECOWAS is economic community of West African region. We are 15 countries, so more than 300 million people. And at the continental level, within the framework of the African Union, efforts are being made in the development of cyber vigilance and cyber security mechanism. My country, Togo, ECOWAS country, which signed the African Union Convention of Cyber Security and the Protection of Personal Data, adopted since 2010, a law on cyber security and the fight against cybercrime, which clearly defined the national framework of cyber security governance. It's a big challenge today in a changing Africa, and on the move is how to use digital technologies to improve practices and services while protecting against cyber insecurity, how to find a balance between the use of emergency of emerging technologies and the imperative protection and regulation. In short, the issue is that of the governance of global cyberspace at national levels. Karl Popper, one of your compatriots in Europe and epistemologist, said that the strength of a scientific device lies in this capacity to withstand falsifications, tests intended to prove its falsify, falsity. To paraphrase him, I would say that the strength of our digital platforms lies not so much in the already established and no performance as in their aptitude and capacity to resist theft and cybercrime. So we must therefore cooperate more closely and jointly invent mechanisms for collective cyber vigilance and cyber security. Collaboration between police and security services is essential with a view to us. When we say to us in Africa, between us in Africa or south part in the world, and the cooperation between us, you and I in Africa in terms of international cooperation. We need to do more collaborative work in cyber strategy and cyber legislation. Thank you so much.